Is a Nucamp tag the right teardrop for you?
Why did you choose a teardrop?
Show your
So
face
what?
over
Come on.
here.
What would you tell prospective buyers for Nucamp? What would you improve on, or what would you say could be better?
One of the most important things when considering buying a teardrop or a tag. Hey you guys, welcome back to the channel. Let's talk about our Nucamp tag teardrop, the Tag XL Boondock. We bought it in 2020. It just turned 5 years old recently, and it's that time of year where people are out thinking about buying a camper. It's RV show season. We've been to some of the shows lately. Over the years, our teardrop has served us really well. We've gotten somewhere around 125,000 miles on it, camped year round in it, winter camp, deep snow, salt, everything. It's been everywhere, off-road, off-grid, all kinds of crazy stuff with it, and it's held up really good. We also have had the opportunity to talk to several other tag owners and teardrop people. Let's get some owners' perspectives. These are different tags, some of the Boondock XL, some of the regulars. There's also the Tag SC, the bare bones model that we'll put some clips in from the RV show. Ultimately, only you can decide which model is right for you, but we're here to help. One of the most important things when considering buying a teardrop or a tag is to get inside of it and lay down. Stretch your legs out. And any dealer or anyone looking to sell one to you should have no problem letting you do that, because it's very important. You have to decide if you can sleep in it. Can you fit? Can you deal with the smaller interior? Because it's essentially a bed on wheels. If you have claustrophobia problems, it may not suit you. So Nucamp is a great brand. We've been with them, like I said, for 5 years. We're not affiliated with them, sponsored, ambassador, any of that stuff. We just love our tag. We love Nucamp and all the trailers they build and the truck campers. It's a great company, great people, great owners. The Nucamp groups on Facebook and online have been really good. All the people are really nice. It's a big family. We'd like to try to help you decide, is a Nucamp tag right for you? There are certainly other brands of tiny campers, teardrops, square drops, overland style, off-grid stuff to choose from. We're just trying to help you decide and give you a perspective as tag owners and from some other tag owners. So
we're over here with Chris and Stephanie. They're tag owners like us. How long have you guys had yours?
Almost a year.
Cool. So what made you choose Nucamp as a company?
I tell you, we did look at some other ones that were, so it was either a used tag or maybe a newer like Boondocker, which is like a Braxton, I think.
Bushwhacker?
Bushwhacker.
Yeah, the Braxtons. Yeah, we looked at
Yeah.
those too.
Yeah, and just after looking at some videos, the quality on those is a little
Possibly questionable.
sad. yeah. So most of the YouTube videos are how to fix things that
That's not a
go
good
wrong.
sign.
So not a good sign. Or you go into it with the price. You know it's going to require some DIY, maybe some.
And you don't want that.
repairs. Right. And so once I found out about this brand, I think this is what we really started looking at. The quality was way higher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And after seeing the factory tour and hearing the founder,
Yeah.
you really understand why, and it's a good culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The dealer we went to, he had new tags and he had this used tag, and he had some of the Bushwhackers brand new. And so we looked at all three models, and we just were really drawn to the tag. We just really liked the interior of it, the storage that it had available, and Amish built and the history of it. So we decided we're snatching it before somebody else does.
So you got it used. So what year is yours?
2017.
Nice. So here we are 6 years later. What's your favorite thing about it?
Favorite thing? It is very easy to tow.
Yes.
And having a marginally rated tow vehicle, which is what we had before we bought tag, and that was a factor. The weight was a factor.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've never pulled anything before. I never had a trailer, I never had a camper, and the first time we took it home, I was like, all right, this is not too bad.
Pretty easy to tow.
Pretty easy to tow. You kind of learn to back up a little bit, a little twitchy
well,
backing up.
that's always a
We're
challenge.
still working on that a little
I'm
bit.
still working on that too. Almost 4 years in.
But towing, I tell you, you can. This is 5 wide, so this is the narrow tag.
Right.
and I can see around it in our fairly small SUV. You know, it's
Yeah.
a
You're
Subaru Crosstrek.
Towing
which
it with a
is-
Subaru. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So I can see around it. I can see behind me. Tows super easy.
What do you have a favorite thing?
I love the outdoor kitchen because that's our whole thing. Is if we're camping, we want to be outdoors.
Outside.
So I love the ability to cook outside and to have all the smell outside and not inside your camper.
Yeah.
So
Don't you want to sleep with bacon?
Bacon smell.
yeah, so I really enjoy having the outside kitchen. And I think forever more camping, we will always have some type of outside kitchen.
And we agree with that too. That's a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Could you see yourself moving up to other models like the 320, but it would have to be the clamshell one?
Yeah, I think that'd probably be the biggest we would go. But we'd have to get a different car.
And you'd probably stick with Nucamp, you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, for sure.
I
After
think so.
everything you've learned.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what would
This
be?
has been around, and there's nothing wrong with it.
Right.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
really nothing wrong with
Yeah,
it.
all we did is, fix things that we would, want in it, little small modifications.
Yeah, customize it, personalize it, make it your own. So what would you say could be improved, or what's a negative? Not everything's perfect.
I would love to have screen doors on our doors so that we'd be able
Right.
to open the doors and have a screen door so that way the bugs aren't getting in.
I agree, and we agree. That would be a really cool thing to have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing that's sort of bugged me that is another thing that can be totally fixed with a third-party product is the fan. The fan is loud, the ceiling fan.
Yeah.
And it's nice to have it on low. Well, low on that is pretty high. It's noisy.
You hear
so
it.
a quieter, slower moving fan would be.
See, I
Really
have to
sweet.
have the fan noise to sleep, so it doesn't bother me. But
Yeah.
I understand.
I mean, I've gotten used to the noise, but yeah, it is a little loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what would you tell somebody who's looking at Nucamp or teardrops, and what would you tell them, a prospective owner, buyer? What should they?
Do your research, find out what are your must-haves, because I went into it. I really love the they're called the Stargazer windows.
Yes.
In front, I really love that feature, but the models we were looking at didn't come
came
with
after
it.
that, yeah.
And the newer models that had the Stargazer had a microwave. I'm like, I don't need a microwave. What am I going to do with this microwave?
And that's ours. I love the Stargazer window. We don't need the microwave.
So, do your research, figure out what are your must-haves, that if I'm buying something, I have to have X.
Yeah.
And then go from there.
And as being a tag, you'd say probably climb in it and make sure you're okay with it, right?
Yes, yes.
You gotta climb in them and lay
Yeah,
down.
and I've tried to, people see them, they fall in love. It's nostalgia, it's the look, the retro, and I just have to say it's a bed on wheels.
Yes.
So
Yes.
the tag is a bed on wheels. You're not sitting up. It's a huge upgrade from a tent.
Yeah.
If you are used to tent camping, this is like the Taj Mahal.
Yes.
You have a dry, comfortable bed, air conditioning if needed, depending on where you are,
will
which is
freeze you out. 'cause
spectacular.
it's
Yes,
such a-
oh
it's
goodness,
such
yes.
a small space.
Yeah.
Yeah. And and I'm short, so I have myself a little step stool on my, because it's got two doors, so I have a little step stool on my side to help make it a little bit easier for me to get in and out.
And the two-door thing's great too, because there's other model square drops, teardrops, where there's a door on one side and you got to climb over each other.
Right.
Yeah, that was a no-go.
Yeah.
I mean, once we've seen the two-door, that was another big seller. I completely
Yeah.
forgot about that. We take it for granted,
Yeah, that we have two
it's so
doors.
easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I see other couples and they only have one door. I'm like, oh, and if I look in, I see the bed. I'm like,
Yeah.
It's
oh,
serene that
somebody's
way.
climbing over somebody.
Yeah. Well, and actually that is true on even if you move up to the tab 320, the one door.
Yeah, that we found something that fit our lifestyle and what we were looking for, and I'm just now getting to the point of towing it myself, and I can
You're
easily
comfortable
tow
with
it.
it,
I'm
yeah.
comfortable. I only turned one corner a little too sharp, and he's over there. Nope, go wide, go wide.
It's just a little.
Yeah.
We got to kind of bring it around. It's fine. It's fine.
So So and I know there's a lot of women getting out there doing solo camping.
I see that too. We've met a bunch of them, the growcamper.com, and and it's a bunch of teardroppers, and
Yeah.
so it's
So-
great for that, yeah.
Absolutely.
Or solo with a dog, a big dog or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the bed on wheels thing, it can be looked at as a pro or a con, and I think it's actually really a pro, like it's a positive thing, because they're small, they can go anywhere, it fits in the garage, tows easily.
Yeah. And you don't have to deal with, if you have a bathroom, you don't have to deal with that black water.
Yeah, that's the
and,
one thing. Yeah.
Pumping and all that fun stuff. All that fun stuff.
We can load and go as tag owners really
Yes,
quick.
you can.
Hit the road and go.
Yeah. And that's the other thing, because tent camping, we'd have to load everything into the car, then unload, and then load it back, then unload. Whereas this, we can keep a lot of stuff in the camper and just add clothes and food.
We do that too. We throw our chairs in the camper and our tables fold up.
Yeah, and then you're ready to roll.
Yeah. Why did you choose a teardrop versus like a conventional camper?
I've always loved the teardrop model. For a long time, the style, I just think it's so adorable. And again, it comes with an outdoor kitchen, which is what I love.
Right.
So I think putting those two together, making it smaller, because we're just a couple, and we don't need a lot of space.
You don't need a house on wheels.
Yeah.
I
We
mean,
just need a bed.
There was definitely a component of the practicality of towing weight. Like I said, we already had a car that had 1,500, 1,800, whatever the tow capacity is. So that did limit what was
Right,
an
because
option.
then you
Yeah, because we
start
weren't looking
a
at
new
upgrading
vehicle.
the car at that point.
right. And we haven't had that car that long, and that wasn't going to happen.
So yeah, that's probably the primary driver is like first the tow vehicle.
Yep.
Thank you guys.
You're
Good
welcome.
deal.
Thank you.
Yeah. So this is the dude. Oh, Chris and Trisha, the dude and Cookie
Yeah.
There you go.
from Indiana,
Madison.
Madison, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
They're from Indiana.
Indiana.
Up north. We're slowly making our way up.
You're in our area.
Yeah.
We
Backyard.
already knew this.
That's okay.
It's been a long night.
I bet it has.
How long have you guys had your tag?
2.5 years.
2.5.
Yeah.
Yeah. What made you choose Nucamp?
Well, after sleeping in our friend's teardrop, after being in the backside of an accident for 4 hours, the teardrop allowed us to pull into our camp spot at midnight and just crawl in. So then we found tabs and he did research.
We were doing some research. We were checking out different brands. There was another brand out of North Carolina that we looked at pretty heavily. There's a couple brands in northern Wisconsin we looked at pretty heavily, but the tag just had everything we wanted. And then we found the Boondock version, a little bit lifted, so a little better for me. It had the outdoor kitchen, had the solar kit, had the rack, so we can put a truck style awning on the outside.
Take it a little more places that
Yes.
most can't go. And
Not that we're really going to go crazy with our Subaru pulling it, but
well,
we could.
yeah.
We could if we really needed to.
Right.
Yeah, so there is some other good teardrop makers. There is one in Wisconsin especially, and we looked at them too, but a lot of those other ones, it's like, oh, well, you're going to have 8 months build time.
Yeah.
So that was the thing for us, is like, okay, we can get a teardrop right away. And then the quality build, you read about the company, and then doing the factory tour and hearing the founders thing, that really made it.
Made it a sealed deal.
Yeah.
And all the bells and whistles. I mean, it's got an AC, it's got a
Radio.
ceramic heater.
Yeah.
Well, we never used the
That's
radio,
okay.
but it has that
It's got a
too.
radio and speakers outside.
Yeah. The crazy microwave that we've never used. We
Yeah,
built a storage
we
box
never
that
used
fits
ours
in
either.
there. Turned
Yes.
it into a storage cupboard.
So what's your favorite thing about it? You can each have a separate favorite thing.
Well, I know we both like the outside kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah, something about not having to smell like bacon as you're sleeping.
Yeah.
Getting hungry in the middle of the night.
Oh, and the fact that I can help push it in the garage without killing myself.
I think that's a big deal too, and obviously backing these things up is always a challenge. So like, if you're having trouble, just unhook it and we'll push it where we want it. Yeah.
We do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we do too.
Unhook it off the car and up the driveway it goes. Into the garage and it fits.
When garage was important because we live in an association neighborhood with
Yeah.
HOA and we can't park it outside. And we've got that guy who watches to see how long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we had to find something that would fit in the garage, and it's even the Boondock being a little taller,
Yeah.
it still has enough clearance to
And
get in
that's
there.
what we love too. Like I had to flip the awning over just to fit it, but it was perfect. It fits in the garage. I love that part.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just have to, shimmy a little bit
Yeah.
Yeah.
to get it.
Toes easily.
Yeah.
So what? Obviously, they're not all perfect. What would you improve, or what don't you like? One thing maybe.
Yeah, the microwave's a waste. So
Don't
like I
need
said,
it.
we made a little box that holds things as
In it.
storage
Yeah.
in the nuker.
Underneath the sink needs a little more help. It's kind of hard to shimmy things in and out of there.
A little more. So yeah, that
Yeah.
goes with taking the microwave out. Maybe get a little more
Yeah.
cabinet room.
And
Right.
we don't use the sink, so we built a larger counter to go on
You
top
don't
of
hardly
that.
use ours
Yeah.
either. Ours just ends up
It's-
holding stuff.
It's a bigger
Yeah.
chopping board
Yeah.
with a hole for the paper towel sticking
So
out
maybe they could have a few options. Give them or take them away. Add or
Yeah.
Right.
They do have some for later. We have the standard vent on top,
Yeah.
but we'd like to have the next level up, which would open and it still has
Has
the
the
venting
cover.
below,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and it has more speed. So the
Yeah.
low speed on the standard is like
3.
the middle speed of the next level up. It'd
Right.
be nice to be able to turn it down
A little
bit,
quieter. Okay.
but still better than the other brands. You mentioned the one in Wisconsin. It had a super long lead time, only one
TC
door.
teardrops. Yeah, they're a good company. Yeah.
Really good. If we wanted to do more off-road, we probably would have gone that
Yeah.
direction. But our Subaru's not.
It's not equipped for that much off-roading.
No.
And
Going to
I think
gravel
most
roads
people
are
don't
okay.
realize these are pretty capable, especially because we've taken ours everywhere. It'll go almost as many places as those off-road brands.
Yeah. We
Right.
just can't take the big cheapy rock trails.
No, yeah, I don't.
Gravel's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. That and ours being lifted, we got a bigger tire. We're not running
Right.
those little tiny tires that a lot of the other teardrops
Yeah,
have
yeah.
too.
yeah. And the company's been around, and they're a good company, and it's quality. Because a lot of these startup teardrop makers, I've heard of some people having one from a company, and it fell apart within 2 years, and the company was gone.
Yeah.
That's not good. These guys, and they stick by their screwdrivers.
They stick by their screwdrivers. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we like the dealer as well, so
Yeah,
that helped.
yeah.
The dealer really talked it up well, showed us some really good product. Hey, your wife's going to join us in the video now.
Get out of the
Well,
shot.
come on in, man.
She can
Come
come in.
on, show your
So
face
what?
over
Come
here.
on. So what would you tell prospective buyers for Nucamp? What would you recommend or give them advice or?
Well, I guess if you're going to look at a tag, be sure you're comfortable in a box. I mean, it doesn't feel claustrophobic to us, but there's other people who have issues with small
Yes.
space. So it is literally just a bed on the inside, and if that's
A bed on wheels.
yes,
Yes.
if that's too small, then you got to go with something
Yes.
bigger.
So like definitely what we tell everyone, climb in the thing,
Climb in it.
Yeah.
lay in it.
Yeah,
And we've
exactly.
had people at the More Expo looking at it. I'm like, just go in there and lay in there if you
Yeah.
want.
Have you seen us out? We always just say, take your shoes off, hop
Climb
in.
in.
Yeah.
You got to. It's you got to
Yeah,
know if
you
you
gotta
can
check it
handle
out.
Yeah.
We've been
And
at camping places, and they've oohed and awed, and we're like, well, go look at it. Go in, and they
Yeah.
like get in there, like, lay down, try it out like it's your own, and that sells them usually.
Yep.
I guess that's the other thing too, is if you're going to buy a teardrop, be prepared to show your trailer to
This
everybody.
is not
Yes.
teardrop. This is
Yeah,
not.
it's a teardrop.
Sorry.
It's not a
edit
tag.
that out. Edit that out.
I'll edit that out.
That's
But
it.
it's comedy.
Plus,
Yeah.
the big thing is some people, we've met people that think they're too tall, that there's not enough foot space, or their head's going to
And
right
then they
at the
realize they can
headboard.
fit.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm right about 6 foot, and I know I have space. I can
Yeah.
shimmy down one way
I'm
or the
5'1", and he just hangs his legs over my side sometimes.
If
Or,
I need to.
or all the extra blankets and pillows go at my feet.
Yeah, because there's probably this much space between the end of you and the wall.
That's okay. That's okay.
So-
That works, right? Yeah.
So what would you possibly move up to a bigger model one day, or?
Maybe when we
Move.
find it difficult to change our clothes inside the bed, but then we'd have to pay for storage because we wouldn't be able to fit a bigger one in our garage.
And that's
Yes.
one of the big positives of teardrop life. You can just
Put it in the garage.
Yeah.
ready to go.
And you don't have to worry about anybody complaining.
Yeah.
Yep.
That, and we can get smaller camp spaces. We don't need a 30-foot, 40-foot, 50-foot, whatever.
Definitely, yeah. You can
Yeah.
fit into a lot more.
What? So
And it's easier to find last-minute camping spaces.
Yeah.
Yes.
so some of that stuff would be why you chose a teardrop over a conventional RV, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we did have a pop-up before this.
Oh, so you were pop-up owners?
Yeah, we were pop-up owners, and we sold ours right as pandemic hit to a family who had a little kid, and they both were campers, and they wanted to start the kid with new memories. So, happy trails.
Yeah, I think the
and
hook.
the hour hooking up in rain.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
The hook for us was that we had our pop up, but it's always an hour setup when you get there minimum,
Yeah.
and then you get home after rain, you got to pop it up again,
Dry
it
it.
out.
Dry it out.
But the hook for us is we borrowed a friend's teardrop, different brand, but a
Yeah.
teardrop. And as you mentioned earlier, we got stuck behind an accident on the freeway. Big tanker truck flipped, shut down the whole highway. We were too far from the previous exit to go back and get off, so 4.5 hours sitting out there. We didn't get to the camp spot until almost midnight, and it was
Wow.
raining. And all we had to do was back in, walk back, and climb in and go to bed. There was no
Yeah.
setup required.
That's what's great. Yeah.
Hey, and since we had the kitchen on the back, we were able to make sandwiches and watch
Oh, in the
everybody
middle of the highway.
stare at
That's
us
what
like,
I thought. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could have
We don't have
made a
didn't have-
sandwich and taken a nap
Yeah.
on the highway
Yeah,
while
we
you're
did.
waiting. Yeah.
Yeah, we did. I had a truck driver looking at me. I'm like, I was about ready to give him a sandwich, but he's like, nah.
You could have $1 hot dogs were set up the vending line.
Right.
We have hot
Mobile
dogs ready.
kitchen.
We had,
Yeah.
ham and cheese sandwiches ready.
Right.
Or turkey and cheese.
Yep. I like the mobile kitchen.
All right, guys. So yeah,
Yeah.
tag owners.
We like
Good
it.
life. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
We'll
Don't
see you
forget to
guys.
subscribe.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're messing up my
Subscribe.
flow. Get out of here. You can do the next one.
No, she has to be on ours too.
Yeah.
She's in it. I won't cut her out. So Vernon from Florida,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he's seen our videos when he was researching tags in Nucamp. So how long have you had yours?
7 months now.
Nice. And this is your first big trip on it?
First
Or
big trip period.
or
yeah.
first trip at all?
I took a one night overnight,
Just to
which didn't do anything, but I
test
mean,
it out. Yeah.
but now hooking it up to water and electric and all that stuff and cooking out. it's
And then
different.
you've already been on the road. How long? You've been out on? You went up northeast already.
about a week now.
So you're really testing it out, like a week on the road in the tag, and
Yeah, I was at campgrounds.
Well,
not,
yeah.
not RV parks, at campgrounds.
yeah, real camping.
So,
Any issues?
no.
That's good. So what made you choose Nucamp?
So I'm looking at a couple other ones. I can't remember the one I saw. I saw one last year at a biking event, but they had the doors that swing out and
Yeah.
a big moon thing. I was like, that's pretty nice. I was like, ooh, 45 grand. I don't think I want to do that yet. So I mean, it's just something small. So then I saw a tag on the road. I said, what is that? And I researched it and I saw it. I was like, all right. So of course, like everybody else, doing a YouTube video, saw the guy playing with sticks with his.
Oh yeah,
Doing
yeah.
that, so-
He's a good channel.
Then
Yeah.
I saw you guys. You're like, all right, we got to do this. We got to store this. I was like, all right. So I started looking at that. Looked at Mandy's for a little bit.
Yeah.
And
All right.
It was
That's
just the
cool.
size of it that was nice, though. I didn't want to upgrade a vehicle just to get a trailer.
Right. Yeah. You don't want to change it. You got to go with what you got.
That's it.
And it fits in the garage. We love that part.
It does.
You don't pay to store a big RV. It's easy to take out. You can have it loaded and ready to go. So what made you, or what's your favorite thing about the tag?
I like the inside. I like the smallness. I got a small car. I used to have a little smaller car. So I just like that comfort inside of it, though. It's easy to pull.
Kind of
And then-
simplicity.
It is.
Yeah.
Very. But you can add as much you want in the back to it. So that's
Yeah.
what I like about it. So
And you obviously are a tall man and you fit in there. So I would say to everybody, you got to climb in there. Did you climb in one before you bought it? And
Never did.
Oh, you
I
did.
never did. We saw it, we kept researching it, and then we went to Georgia, and that's the first time he opened up, and I got into it. My wife was like, no way, you're not gonna fit. So I got in, laid down, and I was like, I don't even touch the ends. This is perfect.
So what does she think about it?
She
She's not
likes
on
it.
this trip with you.
She's not on the trip. She's a little claustrophobic, so I'm trying to get her out on a 1 or 2 day trip so she can get used to it.
But you have the stargazer window, which I think helps with the claustrophobia.
It does. So I think she'll like it once she gets out there, though. But
She'll get used. Yeah. Just-
I like having people saying, "Do you fit in that?" Yeah. I fit
Yeah,
in that.
that's
So-
it. Yeah. I mean, yeah. So what's one thing? Obviously, they're not all perfect. I mean, every brand's gonna have problems. What would you improve on, or what would you say could be better? What would you like differently?
What we talked about this morning for a tag talk, the one thing that did change was taking out the refrigerator and giving us coolers.
You'd rather go back to the
I'd
refrigerator.
rather go back to the refrigerator
Yeah.
because then you have to buy your own and then everything doesn't fit correctly.
And that's where we are. Ours was the first year without the refrigerator. The Norcold, they went with Yetis, and now they're going with these cooler bags.
The bags are
So
not-
we bought the ice cold fridge, and it's in the back of our truck because it's the bigger one and it won't fit in the tag. So that's what you'd change.
I
yeah.
changed that. I mean, everything else is okay. Well, TV and all that kind of stuff. But there's differences between the regular XL and the Boondock,
Boondock, yeah.
which I like to have the racks that come on it already, but little things you got to add to it.
Little
but,
things you can do to customize though.
Yeah. But I mean, just being here, seeing how everybody's tags are set up and the different tents you have on the side,
The
or
awnings, yeah, you get some
makes
good
you spend a lot of
ideas.
money in your head already.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. But you got to feel it out and see what works for you. Like we just now got our big square awning and we're pretty happy with it, and we got it worked out. So
Oh yeah, definitely. How long you guys had yours?
we're on 3.5 years.
Loving it.
We wore that thing out. It's still kicking. No, knock on wood, you know. So what would you tell a prospective buyer that's looking at Nucamp?
I'd say see exactly which one you want to have, either tag or tabs.
Yeah.
And what's the biggest things you need to have? Do you need a bathroom or not need a bathroom? That's the biggest thing. If you can say, hey, I want to be camping, go tag definitely, because it's simplistic. You're not going to be in there all day and night. You're going to be out doing your other ventures. So I say tag all the way.
I agree. Real outdoorsman. You're just going there to sleep, and you're not in a tent, so you're sleeping a little better.
That is true.
The little creature comforts.
Has all the amenities you need inside of it. So there's nothing else I would add, but definitely go see one in person.
And most people should get in it and lay in it
Before you have the check over. Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
But it's just knew something I knew I wanted.
Well, yeah.
So that's why I was like, I wasn't worried about not going to buy it.
So what made you choose a teardrop over a conventional camper or a pop-up camper?
It's all together already. There's nothing else I got to add to it or anything like that. I just open the doors, close the doors,
Roll in
hook it
and
up,
you're set up.
and I'm set up.
Yeah.
Takes, like I say, when I first took it out last week, it took me 10 minutes to get everything unhooked, set up, and all that. I was
Done.
like, this is done. This is awesome.
Yeah. That's
And
what
hooking
we
up
love.
was easy. So
So it all goes back to the simple life of it and just ease of use.
yes, definitely.
Tows easily, fits in the garage,
Definitely.
and basic stuff. So you can really camp outside.
Yeah. I would say, doesn't matter the age of anybody. Just come out and get one.
Yeah, I mean
Like that.
we've seen all ages, and I mean you can't. It can be difficult to get dressed in there, but that's why you get an awning room or practice your yoga.
I get dressed right in there.
Yeah.
Forget it. I'm like, hey, 6'2" or not, I'm getting dressed inside
Yeah.
the thing.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Nice to meet you
Nice to
guys.
meet you. Yeah.
And of course,
I'm-
following you on
I'm
YouTube.
glad we. Do you want a sticker?
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad
Put it
we
back
could help
in
you
the
decide.
You did.
Yeah.
You did.
That's
Trust
cool.
me.
That's
I would recommend, if you are thinking of buying, now is the time. Get the show discounts. If you can buy at a show or put a deposit down at a show, this is the time to do it. You'll get big discounts. We bought ours at the show, put down a deposit, and I think we paid $16,000. At the time, it was 22 MSRP, so it was a deep discount. Really good time to buy. So if you can, decide now, and you can have your teardrop ready to go for spring camping season, summertime, as I'm sure most of you are not going to want to be out winter camping, but you never know. If you have any questions or need follow-up stuff, message us in the comments below or on our Facebook page or Instagram. You can feel free to reach out anytime. We love showing our teardrop to people and helping others decide if Nucamp is right for them, if the tag is right for them. There's also the Tab 320, the Tab 360, and the Tab 400, and the Cirrus truck lines. So there's a lot of choices. You got to decide what fits your style of camping and what you can deal with. So we love our tag and just being tiny in general, because we can go just about anywhere with it. That's why we didn't buy a traditional bigger RV. Thank you for joining us. Click the like and follow, subscribe. You can see where we've been with our teardrop. There's hundreds of videos all over the place, all over the country, any kind of weather. So we hope it helps you decide. We're also going to put up a 5-year review soon of our teardrop and give you a little update on it. Maybe it's time we upgrade. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Anyways, we'll see you soon, guys. We try to do gear review, camping gear review stuff on Tuesdays, trip videos on Thursdays. This week we're just doing a little bit something different.